Kingdom, chapter 572, all right? I'm warning you right now, this video isn't going to be positive, so if you don't want to see me bitching, you might want to click off. Um, so I thought this chapter was all right. It was all right. It was all right. Now, we had the whole Kitari versus Boonin thing, okay? And it went how I thought it was going to go because Boonin wasn't written to be a strong character. He was somebody that, since he had low morals, since he played dirty, he would win fights like that. He would do anything it takes to win a fight. All right. So him getting sliced and diced by Kitari was no surprise to me. Him turning his back was a little surprising to me because even though he was a dirty guy, I didn't expect him to be a coward to boot as well. Which is ironic because he has been the only person on the side of the Quanrong who has dealt, who has really essentially dealt the Mountain Tribe any damage. He's killed Katari, one of the main chieftains, all right? But nobody else on the side of the Quanrong has an accomplishment like Boonin, with not even King Rozo, all right? So while I think, actually, let me talk about Old Man Impo because that was actually pretty cool to me, watching them take the city, and then you had those two guys, the red monkey and the blue monkey, and they were fighting with their bare hands. That was pretty fucking cool. And for some reason they had tails, which, oh, all right, horror. But while I thought the fight itself with Kitari and Boonin was all right, actually I'll say it was good. When you look at everything big picture, the Quanrong has been looking weak as fuck. Weak as fuck. The only reason why Yotuan has been in trouble, the only reason why she's had any casualties is because of numbers alone. That is literally it. It's just been because of numbers. And we already knew the discrepancy between the numbers when the battle started. But the fact that that's the only reason why Yotuan has been suffering casualties bothers me. Because the Quanrong they were built up. They were the fangs of Ryoyu. Well, what the fucking fangs at? Them bitches don't look sharp. Not to me. The commanders are getting taken out far too easily. Essentially, all the Quanrong commanders have been one-shotted. Essentially, I know it hasn't been a one-shot to the degree of Shin and Gakue, but let's look at them. We have Danto versus Torque. Easy work. We have Yotawa versus Goba. Easy work. Now we have Kitari versus Boonin. Easy work. King Rozo has been the only one who hasn't been one-shotted yet, and if he was one-shotted, then this whole battlefield would seem pointless, but it doesn't really matter anymore because all his commanders are gone. I'm just waiting for Heki to one-shot this nigga. I mean, he didn't one-shot the Figo King, but hey, Hara, just get Heki to end this shit. End the war on some red hair shank shit. Just end the war right there with Heki. Just stabbing this nigga in the back and saying, like, have him stab King Rose in the back and have him say, nothing personal, kid. Have him do that shit. Because it seems like Heki is literally running up on this dude and no soldier is trying to fight him. And you can't say he's like sneaking up on King Rozo because last chapter he was yelling Quanrong, and now in this chapter it seems like he's really close to King Rozo, and no soldiers have checked him. Nobody's been like, hey, that's a general, let's take this nigga out. He's not fighting anybody. All right. So let me explain myself last video, all right? Because here's the thing. Because I think people are getting the wrong impression. I'm not a Heki hater or at least I wasn't a Heki hater until this whole arc started. All right, I actually liked Heki, but there's been too many instances where he's just been so incompetent. Is really hard to defend him. We go all the way back to when he got the food burnt by Shonsui-ju, and I didn't even really blame him that much for that because it was just Shonsui-ju having up a good plan. All right, nobody could have really foreseen that, but still, that was the fault of Heki. Then we move on to Heki groveling to Yotawa for a second chance. Mind you, Heki is a general. Yes, Yotawa is on the status of a great general, but I do not believe someone of Heki's status should be groveling. Then we move on to when Heki, for some fucking reason, didn't understand basic tactics. He thought Bunin wouldn't have his elite soldiers at the core. Like, that is something everybody does, and somehow Heki didn't think that was going to apply to Bunin, apparently. Then you have it to when Heki thought still he could break through Bunin's forces with brute force. Heki thought he could get there with brute force, and got his ass, he got knocked on his ass by Fodder Quanrong. But now you're telling me he can just pull up on King Rozo on some Birdman shit? Like, then he got taken out by Fodder not like 10 chapters ago, and now he's pulling up on King Rozo. He hasn't done it yet. All right, but the way everything is right now, who's going to take out King Rozo? If he's going to get taken out this arc, which I expect because everybody else has been taken out, so why not? Why not kill King Rozo with just Heki alone? It doesn't really matter at this point because everybody on the side of the Quanrong has been looking weak as fuck. So that's the thing. I'm not even mad about. I wouldn't even be mad if King Rozo just got one shot by Heki. I'd just be like, oh, that's normal, I guess. Because even though the Quanrong were built up to be good, apparently that's not the case anymore, at least. And also what we're seeing, how easily these commanders are being taken out, is making Yotawa's whole plan of taking the city of Ryoyu kind of like, it's not pointless. It's not pointless, all right? That's not the word I want to use, but in just the battle with her versus King Rozo and Zhao, if Yotawa's side can take out the commanders of the Quanrong soldiers this easily, then taking the city, the only relevance taking the city will have is them having food and everything, all right? It doesn't affect the battlefield. It just affects what's going to happen after the battlefield, all right? So that's why I'm not saying taking the city is useless. In fact, it's very, very important. But I just have a problem that taking the city isn't going to have a real effect on what's happening right now. Because there were fan theories, like people said that she was going to take the city and then have the families, and then King Rozo's men were going to turn on him. I really like that theory, but it seems like just taking a city isn't going to have any effect on the fighting that's happening right now. And the fact that Shonsui-ju left, that was like Satellite said, that was just really a way of getting him off the side of that battlefield. Because had he been on this side of the battlefield, then he should have been able to him and King Rozo should have been able to handle Danto and Heki pretty easily, in my opinion, if he was on this side. Because we don't know how strong Shonsui-ju is, but I mean, the way he was talking to King Rozo, it seems like he has some strength to him. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm ready for this whole battlefield to end. I'm ready to go somewhere else. Ozen. Let's see Moten. I definitely want to see Moten again. Let's see Shin. fuck it, let's see Conky just talking shit for the whole chapter. But I'm not interested on this side of the battlefield because apparently the Quanrong, they aren't strong whatsoever. If that's the case, I'm fine with it. But it's just the fact that we've had all these chapters when the Quanrong were really this weak. Like, the reason why I like Shin versus Gakue is because that was only 2 chapters. Now, if we had that whole battle between the two last like 10 plus chapters or something, I would have been like, this is fucking stupid. Why is this lasting so long if Gakue is this weak? And that's the case with what's happening right now. Why do we have all of these chapters if the Quanrong, they were this damn weak? So weak, as in the words of Danto. Yeah, that's it. Not really a review because I didn't really talk about the chapter that much, but you know what it is. I told you from Jump Street what this video was going to be, so that's how it is. All right, but guys, that is it for this video. If you like this video, like. If you dislike, dislike. Satsuki the Savage, I am out.